This Transmissions Trips to the Store video has been brought to you with the help of listeners like you. Without Patreon support, Transmissions would not be the show it is today. You can sign up for Patreon at www.transmissionspodcast.com/support.
Welcome to the Transmissions Trips to the Store, where we show off all the awesome Transformer stuff we got this week. This video is part of our regular Transmissions podcast. You can check it out at our website, transmissionspodcast.com. We do 2 shows every week. Every Wednesday is Transmissions. That's the Transformers toy show, all about Transformers toys. And Trips to the Store is a part of that. So, that's where we talk about the toys we got that week. And then every Friday, we do Transmissions Alt Mode, which is all about Transformers, comics, and media. And this week, we are reviewing Transformers number 2. So look forward to that. We are 2 hosts down this week, sadly, but young Darryl is here to help us out. So Eric Crowdover, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely.
And you can find Eric on Radio Free Cybertron and Steel City Bots. And look for links. We'll have links in the show notes so you can find all those places. Although, if you don't know where Radio Free Cybertron is, what are you doing? All right. So let's talk about the stuff we got this week. Oh, no, before we do that, I got to thank the Donatreons. Thank you to all the people who give us money on Patreon and PayPal. You guys are awesome. And if you would like to join the ranks of our Donatreon, just go to transmissionspodcast.com/support. And that's where you can find links on how to do that. Or if you want to buy some merchandise, go to transmissionspodcast.com/shop. And that's where you can get some nice Transmissions themed items and other stuff from TeePublic as well, if you want. All right. Well, I'm going to start off with what I got first. I got a postcard from a Yoshi. I think you guys know who Yoshi is. He didn't even send me a Transformers themed postcard. Send me a Hollywood postcard from TFCon LA. And if you've seen this on Trips to the Store before, you know there's some interesting things written on this postcard. This one says, "Charles, brace yourself. Donator postcards are coming. Love, Yoshi." No. Look forward to more of these in a coming weeks, I'm sure. Other things I've got. I got BotBots. So here's a Hamburglar BotBot, soda can BotBot. I don't know their real names. Sorry.
All I know is Burgertron. That's the only one I know so far. That one's Mistake. It's an eraser. It's an eraser, yeah.
Ah, clever. Very clever. Mistake. And I don't know what this guy is. This guy,
I think he's supposed to be a VR headset. That's supposed to be a strap that like goes around. He's like the most sketchy out of. Yeah, it's a little bit of a stretch.
Yeah, so these are actually my daughter's BotBots. I have a few of my own, and then when I bought mine, she was at the store with me, and I couldn't buy some for myself without buying some for her, so I let her get a few. But she stopped playing with them, so I found these like abandoned on the floor, like unloved and unplayed with. So I said, "Well, I'm gonna take them back if you're not gonna play with them." But yeah, I think BotBots it's a cool idea. It's a nice, they're little fun toys. If you're not my daughter, maybe you enjoy them more, but I have them on my desk at work, so they're nice to just fiddle around with. So I like them. So BotBots, yay! All right. Enough about me. Eric, our guest, what do you got this week? I mean, you can show lots of stuff since you haven't been on the show in a while, so feel free.
Yeah, show your difference in age by showing your BotBots. Not anyone else's. You bought them for you.
Yeah, that is true. I have not bought BotBots for anyone else, besides myself. I have like 20, but they're just random different ones. Although about a quarter of them are the same ones you showed off. So, but I did just, was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday I got Siege Starscream, who is better than expected. He's honestly a pretty good toy, but I had no hopes for him in all honesty. So, but yeah, he's actually surprisingly, his articulation's really good. The transformation is better than I would have expected for someone whose alt mode can literally just be detached from the robot mode and, just set aside, and you can have both a Tetrajet and a wingless Starscream just, right next to each other. But the toy itself is really good. The head sculpt, I feel like, could have more personality. It's just, I don't know. It's very generic Seeker. I feel. I don't know. I feel like Starscream just has more personality than that. But whatever. He's covered in battle damage. He's the only one where I would say it's more noticeable to me than the others. The others, I'm like, doesn't make a difference. Him, I'm like, I see it. You can't not see it. It's everywhere. But overall, he's a pleasant surprise. But also at the same Walmart, I snagged a Studio Series Rampage, who I am very pleasantly surprised by. I knew going in that he didn't have elbows, which was sad. But, hey, one of the Titan class Constructicons didn't have elbows either. Scrapper didn't have elbows, so it's only fair that one of the Studio Series Constructicons doesn't have elbows to keep things even. But he's loaded with articulation otherwise. Like he has multiple ab joints, he has rotation, he has multiple joints in his head and neck. His fingers can each of them have individual knuckles and stuff. Like I don't know, I just love this guy. He has a little stand because he doesn't have legs, and whenever you don't have legs, you need a stand to stand. I'm very excited though. This guy, he's also easier to transform than I expected. I just for some reason thought that he would be a little more difficult, but I'm not complaining. He has me very excited though, because literally ever since I was a child, I've wanted a Revenge of the Fallen Devastator. I'm 19, so it's been a year. But yeah, no, I was 10 when Revenge of the Fallen came out. So, and Revenge of the Fallen is the first one I saw in the theater. I didn't see 2007 Transformers until probably 2008, I would guess. I didn't see it till after, and I got some of the toys then. But then Revenge of the Fallen, I know I saw in theater, and yeah, I never ever had a Devastator toy. Like I always wanted one, and then getting older, looking back at the Devastator toys, they were none of the ones I wanted because I was like, I want ones that have individual robot modes and vehicle modes and turn into Devastator that aren't Legion class size. So there was nothing for me, and I'm like, and then Studio Series comes along, and so this is an exciting thing to begin. I also got Studio Series Sideswipe, who is another character I have been really, really wanting a better toy for ever since Revenge of the Fallen. I mean, I had the other ones and I liked them, but I feel like this is one of the best Studio Series toys they've made so far. He's really good. He has his guns too. He has his swords. He's a nice silver Corvette covered in silver paint. I don't know what else you could ask for. He is gorgeous. And then last but not least, I did also get the same Studio Series Optimus Prime. You got the 32 and Jetfire, who when combined I love to call Sonic Corpse Mode, because my one friend Miguel on my show, he's the one that came up with that. So that's what we affectionately refer to that as.
Where my body?
Also, in the vein of Sonic Corpse mode, I got Make Toys Cross
Ooh,
Dimensions, their Buster
that's
Stealth
cool.
Wing, which I don't have their Striker Manus, I have their Striker Noir. So he can combine with their Optimus Prime, but I have the Nemesis Prime, so it's just an all-black Sonic Corpse mode. And
That's
it looks
cool.
so cool. This dude is awesome, though. I love the Cross Dimension series. I think it's the coolest thing. I think it takes the best of G1 and the best of just stylizing on your own and matches them up. So I've gotten all of the molds. I've gotten all the black versions of the mold, though. I've gotten the black Jetfire. I've gotten the black Optimus Prime and the Power Master. What was it called? Thunder Erebus, which is the black Power Master Optimus Prime. And then I also have their Megatron, but there isn't a black version of that, sadly. But I so love that toy line, and Buster Stealthwing is definitely a must-have if you're interested in him in the slightest. Or I guess you could get him in Jetfire colors, but hey, I think that he looks so much cooler in that. Plus, it actually homages Revenge of the Fallen, which I gotta admit I love. I don't love Revenge of the Fallen the movie. I love the stuff from the movie. There is a difference. And then last but not least, I got Legion class
very
Cliffjumper.
very glad you clarified that.
Yeah, there is a difference. By no means would I ever say that it's good, but do I enjoy a lot of the things from it because I was 10? Yes, a whole bunch. But yeah, the last thing I just picked up yesterday on the way home was a Legion class Cliffjumper from the Bumblebee movie. I had debated getting some of the. I haven't gotten Legion figures in like years, and all of a sudden I've started going back and buying some Legion movie figures. So I was like, you know what? I'll finally go and get one. And the one that had caught my attention was Cliffjumper because he didn't get any other toy from the movie, and I was like, yeah, it's a red little Bumblebee. That's cool. So I really like the toy. It's nice.
They could have at least given him a different head. I mean,
they could have, but I don't mind because he's only in it for like 10 seconds before.
Yeah,
he takes his leave. But
pour one out for Cliffjumper.
I can't. I'm only 19.
Wow.
You could drink here.
I was just gonna say at TFCon Toronto I can, but not here.
Oh man.
But yeah, that's all I got. So
All right.
This is me realizing how old I am.
Yeah, I think I aged like, I don't know, 10, 15 years during this segment. Yeah.
See, this is why Yoshi wants to do a podcast with me.
All right, Darryl, take us home. Take us back to drinking age.
Well, first Eric reminded me of the story of my time seeing Revenge of the Fallen in the theater. It's I'm not super proud of it, but I own it because I did it. It came out on late June 2009. Well, my daughter was born on June 21st, 2009, and my wife was in the hospital recovering, and I said, "You don't need me here."
Oh,
I went out and I saw Transformers Revenge of the Fallen while my wife was in the hospital recovering. So it wasn't even a good movie to go see.
How did your wife feel about that?
She was fine with it, actually.
Okay.
I really have my wife's awesome. Yeah, she's really good. She lets me get away with a lot of stuff. So as you can see, but joining this pile of crap this week, I have a gray jet that made its way into the collection. This is Leader 1.
Oh my!
Oh, hey.
So
a giant Leader 1.
It's a big
Why
one.
is it so big? Or is that just how big it was?
They had super super class, I guess. I think
Oh.
it's what they called it. But yeah, it's a big one. I'm gonna try and fix it because in jet mode, if you put the nose cone out, it just falls down. So that's the only thing wrong with it. Other than
If
that, it's
Yoshi
in
were-
really good shape.
If Yoshi were here, he'd say it's not Transformers related.
It's canon.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, they are owned. So
Yep. So yeah. But I mean, I'm looking at this thing. It's big. Like this is as big as a deluxe class is right now, and no elbows, no knees, no feet whatsoever, and no head or neck swivel. Like shoulders, and that's it.
So it's an 80s transforming robot toy.
It is. But the real thing that I have this week, I believe it's my second one of these, but this one's in better shape, so I may just get rid of the first one. This is Beast Wars Optimus Primal.
Ooh, that's cool.
Nice.
So
I
he's
like that.
loaded to the tits, got all his weapons on him. This is the one that does not have the other face on the back. So
Oh, no mutant face.
yeah, so he's just got the original. The other version I have it's like flat black. This one's more of a gray. So I don't know really if there's like what the difference is in the versions. I'm gonna have to look it up and see which one this is. Maybe it's like a repack or from a double pack or something like that. But figure out which one I have here and which one the other one is and which one's the original, because I'd rather have the original than like a double pack. But yeah, anyway, it's pretty cool. Everything works on it. So yeah, it's got all the gizmos and crap in the wrists. So yeah, if you open this thing up, so easily,
Not struggling whatsoever.
it doesn't want to open now. It's not in the mood. But in this side here, it's got the weirdo mace. So there's the mace here.
What do you mean weirdo? You mean awesome skull mace? The coolest mace ever.
It's pretty kick-ass. So yeah, he can do this too. It's the toys that were not 80s toys. He can spin this like that. No,
Yeah.
he can't. Would be awesome if he could. Anyway, that's all I got this week. Pretty kick-ass Optimus Primal and a weird spiky skull mace.
Very cool. All right.
I
well-
wanted to mention one more thing. I did do one thing this week. I spent a little bit of money on an online thing. It's weird. This store is online. They take your money and they send you crap.
What?
I know, it's wild. So, as you can tell, up here, I have a bunch of G1 stuff in their boxes, but not many of them actually had like their bubbles. Like there were just the boxes, and I threw the figure in there and let it go. But I got in touch with a guy who runs a company called Repro Bubbles. And so here's one here. I don't have the figure for it, so it's a perfect example. This is a box for G1 Barrage. And he sent me bubbles for these figures. And if you just kind of slide it in there, it works really well. And I did this for a number of my figures here. And yeah, it works really well. So
That is the most niche thing like ever.
So
Wow.
So yeah, if you wanted to make your stuff look a little bit more like it's new, like off the shelf, then there you go, Repro Bubbles. I think it's a craziest thing. It's one of the things that, if you put the figure like a Barrage figure is a little freaking bug, or you got to store it in robot mode, which is a little, but then you got to just stand it in the window and it would fall over if you move it. This way you can lock it down and it'll stay there. It's cool. So yeah, and his prices are pretty good. He shipped to Canada, which is crazy for an American. So yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy. That's really cool though. That's so weird. That's nuts.
Mm-hmm. So I spent a little bit of money and put all of this shit in bubbles now. So Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm broke.
What did you spend all your money on? Bubbles?
My wife received the box and she's like, "There's nothing in this. What is in this box?" And I'm like, don't ask that. You don't want to know. I spent.
She's like, she's like, we got an empty box. I just threw all the packaging away.
Oh, no.
Sorry.
Shit. Yeah. I bought the stuff people usually throw away. It wasn't even original. It was remade. So, but anyway, yeah, look the guy up if you're looking for something like that. Toy Hacks does stickers. This guy does bubbles. So yeah, cool.
Give him some free advertising. What's the link?
I think he's on Facebook. You can just look up Repro Bubbles.
Okay. All right. Well, that's it for this week's Trips to the Store. Thanks everyone for watching. Thank you to Eric for joining us this week, and be sure to hear Eric on Transmissions and Transmissions Alt Mode later on this week. Again, thank you to our Donatrons. Thanks for sending us money and keeping the show going. You really help and support us. Again, if you guys want to become a Donatron, just go to transmissionspodcast.com/support. And if you will leave us some feedback, about this episode or about Trips to the Store or whatever, just go to transmissionspodcast.com/feedback. And that's where you can leave us a voicemail, leave us emails, contact us on social media. You can even leave a comment right below in this video if you want. Do whatever. All right. Thanks, everyone.
Do whatever you want. Nobody's bothering you. You can do whatever you want.
What is that accent, Darryl?
I don't know. American?
No.
Inner Darryl monologue.
All right, everyone.
Nobody's in charge of you. You do whatever you want.
Wow. All right. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye.